N95 or a P100 respirator and put your AC on circulate in your car. And as Jim was mentioning later, we are going to show you how to make your own air filter. Well, wildfire smoke from Canada is engulfing the Northeast, triggering air quality alerts in more than a dozen states across the U.S. But the invasion of orange haze can really be felt in the tri-state, New York City topping the list with that poor air quality. Justin Michaels is joining us across the Hudson so you can look back and see that skyline. Justin, take us through the last 24 hours and what it has been like.
I'll tell you what, Steph, it's been dangerous, basically. And, Steph, you're always good for a good stat. You love these things. 39 years ago today, Ghostbusters debuted, all right? So that city was the stage for that. So even for Slimer and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, this is dangerous, dangerous, dangerous weather. We can't stress that enough. Every single expert we've talked to has said masks are basically required in this kind of weather because of how just abysmal the air quality is. Those air quality alerts do not expire until midnight tonight, and that doesn't mean all of a sudden it's all going to just be crystal clear. Remember, we have major problems when it comes to air quality here, and I want to show you something amazing. This area over here in Weehawken is a park. This should typically be filled, and residents who were walking their dogs yesterday told us, bicyclists, joggers, walkers, more people walking their dog, people using these fields over here for calisthenics and all sorts of different things. This pier that we're on should be filled with people this time of day doing their morning routines before they head across into Manhattan for work, and there is nobody. So people seem to be heeding these warnings, and that is a very good thing. Now, we all probably have a few N95 masks laying around from the days of COVID not all that long ago. This is an N95 right here. Believe it or not, these masks are coming in handy again if you are in the swath of smoke, including Manhattan and all of the greater New York Metro, now going south, like you heard Jim Cantore say, even into the Carolinas, experiencing this smoke. So, what should you be doing? Well, basically, if we take the advice from a doctor at NYU, Dr. Anna Nolan, basically staying inside is what you should be doing. Listen.
The body will naturally try to remove these things from you over several days. There are various cell types that can help with this. But in general, you can try to shower and take off anything that might be on your skin or clothing. You can do a saline nasal rinse if you have access to those. They're commonly available in most pharmacies. They're just little salt packets, and you mix it with water. You can try that, and then again, try not to have a second exposure on the same day if you can avoid it.
Back live looking at the New York City skyline. It's kind of amazing. Yesterday, there were times where you could not make out the basic outline of a building. That's how thick the smoke was. So it certainly is looking better now than it did for many hours yesterday. But still, when looking at air quality meters, and we have some here, it is off the scales when it comes to how bad the air quality is. And in fact, I have one that has a scale of 0 being the worst to 100 being the best possible air quality right now, and consistently all day yesterday, all night last night, and this morning, and probably all day today, it has solidly been at a 0. So if that's any indication of the quality of the air, heed the warnings. Another thing, major sporting events have been impacted by this. MLB, they've had to change some games around, including right here in New York with the Yankees and also the Chicago White Sox. That game was postponed until tonight, should have been last night. And also down in Philadelphia, another major city being impacted by this smoke coming down from Canada. Jim, that game, the Phillies, also was postponed until tonight. Now, they had a day off, so it's a doubleheader in New York tonight, Jim. The Phillies are going to play again tonight. They have simply one game tonight, but still, it'll be interesting to see, Jim, because those air quality warnings don't expire until midnight tonight. Will they postpone again? They didn't postpone yesterday until 4:30 in the afternoon. So there's a long time to make that decision. Jim, into you.
And we got a little tip yesterday from Susan Waldman, who's the voice of the Yankees on WFAN. She was talking, Justin, about how they are using around 200 to measure that. So the Yankees will play a doubleheader today if we can stay or be below 200, I think, in New York. Philly's a different story. They're between 300 and 400. So that may be ground zero today, Philadelphia. Appreciate the report,
well, let me tell you, Jim, let me use my, I'm going to show you my air quality meter is reading right now here in New York. Right now, 205. Yeah. So if they were making the decision right now, that game would
Right.
be postponed again.
Right. If they had to play right now, you're absolutely right. We'll see what it's
Right.
going to be like this afternoon. There is some thought that maybe we get a little bit more dispersion like we have up in New England and the Hudson Valley where we're in
Right.
the 170s. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Justin, thank you for that report. And again, he's right. If you want to go outside, those N95 masks. If you've never worn one, it's a big